to be honest, with something is to know the ins and outs of how it works. To have talent is to obsess over something until people think you can just naturally do that thing. For a long time I've been told I'm a talented storyteller. Granted, these videos have not been great examples of this, as they are all almost entirely impromptu. Over the last year I've noticed I don't really do a whole lot, so that's going to change in 2026, because I'm going to start showing that I am a talented storyteller. I can't say exactly what I'm doing, because if I do, then if I don't do it, I'm going to let myself down, and this is just going to be a whole thing. The unfortunate thing here is that I am actually not in this episode, except for these voiceovers, because I forgot a camera during the interview. Entirely on me. I think I actually just forgot a tripod, and I didn't have anywhere to set up the other camera, so that's on me. Anyway, here's me interviewing the third and final sibling. Enjoy. Yeah, good enough. It's so I can sync up everything.
Oh, cool.
It makes life so much easier.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense to
Unless
me.
I get it wrong, like I did with Dylan 4 times over.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, that was a pain. Alright, let's start with the easy one.
Okay.
What was it like growing up with the twins?
Well, pretty good, actually. I think the fact that they were born 3 years after me made it so that we always kind of had each other around. We never really got bored or lonely. Definitely made life a bit more difficult, I think, for our parents, having basically 3 kids at once. And then when Mum and Dad split up and Dad married my stepmom, Viv, I don't really think she was prepared to just suddenly have 3 more kids. No, otherwise it was pretty good. I was a bit mean to them growing up. I used to bully them a fair bit. Just a little bit. You know, your basic brother-sibling stuff. You toss them through windows and beat them up.
I'm going to bring this up when it's Riley's turn, and I think he's going to go off.
I think Riley's going to have opinions on that.
He's going to have a fucking field day.
I think he's going to have opinions on that. But that stopped when I was about 15, because I moved out to my dad's place when I was 13. Yeah, it would have been about 12, 13. I moved out. So from then on, I just sort of only saw them every other weekend until I was an adult. And then I was off doing my own stuff.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You might be able to get me a better opinion on this than Dylan did.
Maybe.
Was it weird at all when Mum and my dad broke up?
And they broke up. Oh, let's see. It was a little weird. We were living at Mark's house at the time. And then they broke up, but you were already well on your way. I remember before you were born, they were engaged. I remember the ring. It was pretty impressive. Yeah, I'm something of an expert on buying
He spares
rings.
no expense.
Yeah, I'm something of an expert at buying engagement rings, so it was pretty good. But no, I don't think it was too weird. They kind of remained good friends. Mark's just kind of always been around.
So he's still good friends with her. You didn't come to the birthday, mainly my fault. Mum's.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was.
Well, my fault.
It was like an 8.5 hour drive away.
Yeah.
It's the middle of a town. I don't know why she moved there.
Always wanted to live in the country. But for some reason, country is location of 5 people.
Yeah, it's very, very weird that she moved there. But I don't think it was too weird when Mark and Mum broke up. I think that they still remained on pretty good terms. I don't know if that's just because you were around or if they are just good friends.
Was it weird having me be born after they'd broken up?
No, not particularly. Like, I was only 6 when Mum and Dad split up. So we kind of just been used to her being a single mother. Well, single is a strong term. She certainly had more than her share of partners over the years. But it wasn't anything unusual, I don't think. No, I mean, you coming along a bit later than us made for a pretty interesting dynamic. I was already 10 years old by that point. I thought I knew everything. I thought it was all grown up.
Had you wanted to be an older brother again? Like third time over?
To be honest, I didn't want to do it the first time. I was not at all convinced that it was a good idea, because instead of getting just one little sibling, I instead got two when the twins came along, and that was a lot. But I was a lot older and, I don't know, better at it, less violent by the time you come around. So I think it made it a little easier that I was 10 years older than you.
How did the dynamic change?
It didn't really. We just had a little extra person that liked to follow us around and liked to try and do things that we were doing, but because he was a child, made it a bit tricky. Like we couldn't take you out and play sports or ride bikes with you because you were too little. You wouldn't ride a bike until I think you were like 5, 6.
I got there eventually.
I mean, it took me until I was 7 to learn how to ride a bike. Mostly because Dad ran over one of my training wheels.
Rude.
I just think he wasn't paying any attention. I learned to ride it when I was 7. So you got there before me. I don't think it changed too much about the dynamic having another brother there. Mostly because you had Kingsley as well. And that you were about the same age, so it kind of meant that you could do stuff and we could do our stuff. So you weren't ever like going to miss out on anything, I don't think.
There's another question similar to that, and it's how's it feel getting older while I'm still experiencing all these things that you guys have been long past?
I mean, getting older is never fun, but it's kind of just happens, doesn't it? It's just a bit unavoidable. It's pretty interesting seeing it from a perspective of like a full-grown adult. Watching you be a teenager was interesting. I can say that.
Were you worried about me during high school at all?
Nah, not really. None of us particularly struggled during school. We've always been pretty good at making friends, so we were never really alone. And if anybody did try and bully you, I know Riley was there, so you would have been fine.
I know Dylan actively did something once.
I mean, yeah, we didn't really have to do a lot of things. People left Riley and Dylan alone mostly because I was a violent kid, so I would beat them up. I think, I don't really know how school changed in the 10 years between me going there and you going there. I don't think it changed too much.
Well, what was it like when I started the former personality? Get easier to deal with?
No, you didn't. You got very opinionated very quickly about a lot of things that you had no knowledge of because you were like 5. So you've gotten easier to deal with over time, but I think me being a teenager around that time, definitely you developing a personality, I think copied a little bit of what me and Riley and Dylan were like. And none of us were particularly pleasant kids to be around because we were kids, and most kids aren't pleasant.
Well, and I've copied a lot of what Dad is like.
Yeah. So it definitely didn't make it easier, but we got more used to you over time.
Would you say you're used to it now?
I would say so. Yeah, it's been 20 years. I would think yes. I've had 20 years to get used to it. I'm pretty confident I have.
I don't know, it's taken Russia over like 30 years to get used to not being the USSR anymore.
Well, that's different. You've got to change all the paperwork and everything, all the passports and everything. You've got to take the signs off the buildings. We didn't have to do any of that because, you're just one guy, one person. So that's a lot easier.
I'm a one-man government.
I think it's maybe you don't have any buildings.
Not yet.
Well, yeah, that's kind of...
When Dad goes, I'll have 2.
That's kind of an essential part of a government, is having a place to be.
Yeah, it's having land. I got land.
Well, your dad has land.
Yeah, but he says that I own it too.
Yeah, but you won't. That won't be happening for a while because
we're going to have to kill him, in his words.
Yeah, that seems about right. I can't imagine him popping off any other way.
Were there any times that you wanted to switch places with me in life?
I don't know. I've been generally pretty happy with where I am in my lot in life. Every time I have a birthday and get older, it would be nice to be younger again, I think, but I'm not even that old yet. I'm not even 30, so I've still got plenty left. I think, if I had to think, Yeah, I mean, every time I got grounded or suspended, that would have been nice. You got a lot easier than I did, because I think at that point Mom was just done with trying to be harsh and strict. So you got a lot of things a lot easier than I did. But I still don't think I would have changed, because I wouldn't be where I am without all of that stuff.
Where do you see our relationship in 20 years? Think we'll still be in contact often, like doing the lunches, turned dinners?
I don't know, probably. In 20 years, I'll be 50. Good. That's a good thought, yeah.
And I'll be 40.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think with the way that media has changed and popped up, it's a lot easier to stay in contact than it was 20 years ago. Like Facebook and all of the other messaging things have made life so easy. I don't think anybody's ever in danger of losing contact if they want to stay in touch with someone. So I can't imagine that we'll lose touch. I could move to South America and I could still talk to you every day. I don't know why I'd move to South America, but I could.
I would. It's nice there.
Yeah, but I don't speak the language.
I've got a friend there.
Yeah,
Don't teach me.
I don't want to learn any language. I didn't want to learn this one. I'm not particularly good at it.
So do you think we'll still be doing or trying to do the lunches, dinners?
I don't know. I think we might. Riley and Dylan certainly want to stay more in contact.
Well, that's on Dylan.
In 20 years' time.
Because think about it, Pop will be gone, probably.
I don't know. It'll be, 20 years in their 90s, which is pretty fucking old.
Yeah.
Older than I ever want to be. I don't know, I think we will probably still be in. I don't know if we'll do them as regularly, but I think we'll still have some form of contact. Not like it used to be when we were living in the same house, but that's probably for the best. I don't think I could stand living with you guys again.
Rude.
I did that once, but too long.
How rude. Are there any misconceptions about yourself that you want to clear? Either to me or just the world?
Misconceptions. Yeah, not really. No, I'm pretty open about everything. Misconceptions. Oh, I do know how to drive, I just can't. I guess. That's something I have to explain to people over and over and over again. I know how the car works, I'm just a little out behind the wheel. Because I might have a seizure or something.
You can't legally drive, but you can.
Yeah, I know how to. I know the basics. Pedal down, wheels turn, go. It's pretty easy when you think about it.
It's not difficult.
It's not a hard thing to do.
And yet people still get into accidents.
I was in an accident a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But that was Perth.
It was. I don't think it being in Perth means it was, better.
It's Perth drivers.
Well, yeah, Perth drivers were. That was a little. We were a little scared the entire time we were over there. I think we got into one accident, nearly got hit by a police car, nearly got rammed by a fire engine, and then nearly swerved into traffic 5 or 6 times. So we just walked places because we couldn't take the chance of being in a car crash again.
Okay, this is the big one.
A big question.
Yeah. It's technically 4, but...
Okay, so it's big 4 questions.
How would you describe love?
Well, I mean, there's lots of different kinds of it. I think there's the love that you have for your family, romantic love, and the love that you have for your friends. They're all vaguely different. I think lots of people put too much pressure on themselves to feel the right kind of love for the right kind of person, and I don't think you should have to do that. I think you can love a lot of people at once, and that's totally fine as long as everyone knows about each other. You're not just off giving your love away to 5 different people while your wife is sitting in the car
Rampantly cheating.
Yeah, waiting for you to get McDonald's or something. I think love it's an integral and important part of the human experience. It's not something that's uniquely human, but it's something that, because we have cognitive thought, we're able to more uniquely think about. So we can spend time thinking about the specific types of love that we give to people, and that makes life a little more complicated, but it kind of makes it better, I think.
What do you think it takes to love somebody?
Not much. I mean, actually loving someone is one of the easiest things in the world. You just kind of let your feelings happen. Being happy with the person that you're loving is a different story. That takes work. Because no matter how much you love someone, there's always going to be these little things that drive you completely nuts about them. And it's getting through those little things, and in spite of all of that, that makes love worth having. So actually loving someone, I think, is easy as anything. But you got to put in the work to make sure that it stays. You know, it's like a fire. It's great while it's there. It's nice. It's warm. But
Sometimes you got to poke and prod it.
yeah, exactly. Sometimes it takes a lot of work. You know, any kind of storm can come along and just blow it out. But you also don't want it to burn too bright. If it gets all-consuming in your life, then that's going to cause different kinds of issues. You know, you can't just focus entirely on one thing, because that's not particularly healthy. I know that from experience. You know, leave room for other things as well. You know, I'll let yourself be annoyed by the fact that they chew with their mouth open, or that they wear socks to bed. Let yourself be annoyed by all of that, but don't focus too much on them. You know, you can't.
You accept everyone for who they are.
Pretty much. Yeah, you kind of gotta. Yeah, there's a lot of people in this world, and if you don't do that, you're going to find yourself with very few friends. Very quickly.
Here's one that should be easy. Do you love me?
Well, yeah. Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, you're right.
Alright, here's one that will be difficult. Do you love yourself?
Absolutely. I don't know why people always say that's a difficult question. I absolutely love myself. I'm my best friend. I think it's important. After all, you spend more time with yourself than anyone else, so you might as well at least enjoy the company that you have.
When you need someone real to talk to, do you go to the mirror?
No, sometimes I'll just talk out loud. Honestly, even when it's not I've had anything real, sometimes I'll just find myself talking out loud to myself. Because I got the inner monologue thing, you know, that came out a couple of months ago.
No one has.
Where you see pictures or you think in words, I think in words, and then I'll respond to myself sometimes, and it makes me look a little nuts. So I just...
I do the same.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you gotta love yourself. I mean, it's easy to say that. It's one thing to say it, but it's another thing entirely to do it. Loving yourself takes more work, I think, than loving anyone else, because all those little things that you find annoying, even if you're the only one that notices them, you're going to notice them all the time. So working around all of those little things you don't like about yourself is a pretty important part of loving yourself.
You ever tried to change any of that stuff that you don't like about yourself? Only to realise it's futile? Yeah.
No, everything I want to change I have, or will, or, you know, if I find something I don't like, I will. The only thing I wish I could change is I wish I was a little bit taller. But
do you wish you were a baller?
No, I've never had any interest in playing sports. I am not coordinated enough. But that's fine. I know the rules. I can play a few of them. But
just for the viewers at home, how tall are you?
Well, my doctor says 5'7", but I don't know if that's true. I'm not very tall. Taller than 5 foot, but
wow,
not by like an entire foot. So the shortest one out of the four of us, I think even my stepsister might be a little taller than me, but if she is, it's not by much. Most people I run into are taller than me, so it's... After 30 years, you kind of just have to get used to it. It's not like I can walk around on stilts for my whole life, so...
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't walk around on stilts.
It's just practice.
No, I don't have... No, I'd die. I would absolutely... I'd take one step, find a ditch, and break my ankle. Within the first 10 seconds, I think. I'm pretty content.
That's everything that I have. Do you want to say anything to the world, either camera?
I don't know. I guess any advice that I would have is kind of just the same things that I've been saying, you know? You gotta weather out the storms and love yourself, because loving yourself makes loving other people like the easiest thing you can do.
Fair enough. I think that's a good place to leave it.
Yeah.
There we go.
So, it's been a year. I started this series because I wanted to finally make something and get it done. I started this series at like 2 a.m. just because I realised if I don't do something, I need to do it. Anyway, I've stuck with it for a year, which might not seem all that impressive to anybody watching, but it means the world to me. I got over the relationship that caused all this, and I got a new one, though that went up in flames as well. I've had 2 relationships since starting this, actually, and I'm really happy with that. I've learnt a lot about myself over this year, but now I've got to get my shit together. Every 3 months or so, I want to release a new documentary about a new group of people. My first one, releasing in March, will be about school cleaners, seeing as I was one for several months this year. But not only this, next year I'm hoping to really channel my idols, the people I watched growing up all the time, Rooster Teeth and Rocket Jump, to make some really cool things. I've got a lot of ideas. I started this with a lot of longing in my heart, but I'm ending it with a bit of a full one. I may not have done a lot of things this year, not as much as I had intended, not even close to as much as I had intended, but I still did things, and I'm okay with that. Now, it is with great pleasure that I sign off from Operation 365. Now that you and the audience know me well, you'll see me actually doing things, and you'll be able to relate a bit more to the documentaries I make. I'll see you soon. But before I go, one more thing, and I know I said I'll see you soon, but one more thing. I'm going out the same way I came in. This is another skate competition montage from the sounds of Misc.
Make it through cocky jungles, got tangled, it's overgrown. You telling me pick a side, feel like I'm in Remus in Rome. Heavy issues to fill it, no matter who's for the song. The woke of the sleeping king from a matter, come take the throne. Better trust me at once, respect you can't earn it twice. Report to the New York Times and they said to write nothing nice. And pouring out all the vices and sins with suffice. Every creature waters and darkness returns to the light. I check the mirror, I break through pain, I'm bringing the truth. Know what we came here to do. Hear the wailing up in the street when we breaking the news. Author falling from every side that he tried to subdue. Rest at the light of the fuse. There's no time to refuse. Who have the torches to misinterpret in spite of his views? Castle fell to the sand of time like the world is confused. Castle fell to the sands of time, the world is confused. My mirror, my sword and shield, I preach in the foreign field. The chorus, the champs quiet, the blade that the Lord wields. I pray that his wards heal. Ask him to spare this might and keep fighting the sword and lighten the weights of the four seals. Tell you how it feels. I wanna see the skyscrapers above me. The Empire State inspires me to get out the rubbish. I'm just climbing up the metaphorical stairs to own my estate. The tax of high, it's hard to run from it. Besides that, hear the trading in the bustle in the street like wombat. Every day feel like a new year, just like the NASDAQ. Reminiscing about the golden age, needed era Broadway. Living here's a long stay. You gotta see it in person, that way you know it's real. I'm crashing down to Metropolis like the Man of Steel. Emotions powering iron plates, I feel like Tony Stark. Missile blast and make the mills the bottom, make it to the top. Before the city life was born in the wrong garden. Book a globe trotter, but I'm scoring just like I'm Harden. Apples sweeter than tomatoes, I wait for mine to ripen. In the first person point of view, I'm getting mine to widen. See people shatter Madison Square, you gotta beware. Sit there and stare, you need yourself a pair of veneers. So when you check the time, it's only past noons around the billboards like references feeling mad soon. Traversing cocky juggles, know every day's a struggle. Romanticize it, but I gotta keep in mind the troubles. History didn't happen, we just living in the modern day. Hidden treasures like the One Piece that Tony Make it through cocky jungles, got tangled, it's overgrown. You telling me pick a side, feel like I'm in Remus in Rome. Heavy issues to fill in, no matter who's for the song. No woke of the sleeping king from a mountain, come take the throne. Better trust me at once, respect you can't earn it twice. Report to the New York Times and they said to write nothing nice. And pouring out all the vices and sins with suffice. Every creature waters and darkness returns to the light. I check the mirror, I break through pain, I'm bringing the truth. Know what we came here to do. Hear the wailing up in the street when we breaking the news. Author falling from every side that he tried to subdue. Rest at the light of the fuse. There's no time to refuse. Who have the torches to misinterpret in spite of his views? Castle fell to the sand of time like the world is confused. Castle fell to the sands of time, the world is confused. I'd rather live in a distraction, my people ask it. And Misc was always quick to show his face and now we mask it. The tether hero shattered by a villain soldiers clashing. Now it has been, the time of all this rain is past it. Ain't how it happened.
I felt you should have won. You were the best. You blew that guy away. And he said, trust me, the guy that won, they probably won't remember his name, but if you go to a place like New York, he said, the world will know your name. He said, you got it. So I thought about him like, my God, that's Dizzy Gillespie saying that. And he started planting the seed, and I was thinking about going anyway because I had been reading about the Apollo Theater. So I was actually gone about 5 days. And I came up here to meet my idol, and I came up on the Greyhound bus, and remember going through states I used to just read about. I really thought I was grown then. I'm like, boy, I'm going to the big city.
Yeah.